Wow, it's been a long time. Hello, is anybody here? Houston, we have a problem. Brian. Hey, Life Rewinded. So, it's been a long time since I've been live. I apologize. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this community, and I've tried to just kind of sit back, not say much, not go live, and not talk about it. Hey, Blue Sugar. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Emerald Girl. I love you. Hey, Serenity here. Um, we've got some problems, man. And no, I have never been okay with going real life and having, you know, um, letters from the courts or anything sent to anybody's house. And Brian St. John left me a message saying, no, I contacted them in order to settle a dispute within the community. Okay, so problem number one, you gave my address and information to the courts. Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. I need to let you know, Brian, that you do not intimidate me. You will never intimidate me, nor have you ever intimidated me. And I don't care what happened a year ago. This is today. We're in the present, all right? You sent my information to the courts in hopes they send me a letter. You know what I'll do with that damn letter? I will set it afire. You are not going to be getting me entangled with this shit, buddy. I'm telling you right now. You're a piece of shit. You're a snitch. And that's where we're at. You don't send anybody's information. You've called Diane's family. You've called her ex-husband. You've done all this shit and you're touching everybody's real life and nobody's mad by this. Not one person is mad. Hey, Kathy Rebuilt. Hey, Romad. Hey, Eric. Hey, Trisha. Oh, I'm madder than a wet hen right now. He's having the courts send me information so we can all sit down and mediate. Are you kidding me? There's nothing to mediate, Brian. What are you trying to mediate with me before it gets worse? What does that mean, Brian? What's going to get worse, Brian? Huh? Oh, Serenity, he thinks he's dangerous, but he's nothing but he's fluff. That is all he is fluff. Hey, Steph. Hey, Tatum Page. Hey, Sandy. About what? I don't know, because I heard his feel goods because I accidentally took a video that was unlisted and accidentally made it public. Oh my God. What are you gonna do, Brian? You're this big badass. Come on over here. I'll drop you a damn link. You're not going to sit there and try to intimidate me. Hey, Wendy. This real life stuff has got to stop. Ever since they claim to have, exposed Diane's channel, they think that it's okay now to take your information, address, whatever it may be, and send it off. Doesn't matter if it's to another person, doesn't matter if it's to the courts. They just send it off like it's no big deal. It's a huge deal, Brian. You can't be sending people's information anywhere. You shouldn't even be looking it up. And then Brian will come back and say, oh, you gave me your address, Sarah. I sure as shit did. I didn't give it to you to send to the courts, you moron. Brian acts all big and tough like he's going to do something to somebody. And then once he gets your information, he sends it to the courts. What a snitch ass bitch. I'm sorry, but that is some stupid ass shit I've ever heard. Man, I'm mad. Yeah, it's ridiculous, Sandy. Let me read this. No, I contacted them in order to settle a dispute within the community. It's up to you to agree and accept. Then a time will be set to come to the safety building, which is right next the safety building, and discuss things. What do we need to discuss, Brian? That you're a snitch? Is that it? Is that what we need to discuss, buddy? You gonna have your little camera out there filming too? There's Sarah. Oh, there's her husband, Brandon. Jesus criminy. Anything for views. I swear to God, that's all this has come to in the past few weeks is it's a shit show for views. That's absolutely it. Nobody has God, I'm so mad. I am so freaking mad. Hey, Humpty Dumpty's broken pieces. I mean, Brian, you are on YouTube, dude. How is it going to escalate? You and I have been putting up with each other's shit for the past year and a half, 2 years. All right. How far do you think it's going to go? A mediator? What the fuck is a mediator going to do for you and I? It's not going to happen for one. That's the wrong county. You send me anything here to my house, we're going to have huge problems, buddy. It's just going to happen that way. All right. We're going to have huge issues. If you ever send a damn thing to this house, we're going to have huge issues. I don't call the cops. I don't have anything to do with no safety building or no court system. That's not going to happen. Hey, P-Day, 2-Day. Oh, I'll be safe. See, that's all Brian does. He'll sit there and call people's families and record it so he can get him some views, or he'll send stuff off to the court building. Dude, why is that even acceptable? Okay, if you have a little bit of a beef on YouTube, why is it acceptable to give their information to anyone? I don't care if it's the courts. I don't care if it's the safety building. Why are you sending other people's information anywhere? I have a huge problem with that. And then he made a 10-minute video all butthurt because a video of mine went from unlisted to public, right? And now he's sending my stuff to the courts. Made a 10-minute video talking about it. Okay, let me ask you this, Brian. Why didn't you do this with everyone else? Why didn't you send them this kind of letter so we can all come together? Why couldn't we have all come together in this community before it's ended up like it has right now? This place is burning to shit. Oh, that's right, because you guys knew you could make some bank off of this shit and you can make some views off of all the drama that's been going on. And you guys are eating it up. You're loving every second of it. You guys don't care if there's people back here hurting because of what happened. You guys are getting views. That's all that matters. Kathy says, is the A captain? I don't know. But I know it sets me, Brian, you already know my issues that I have with anything to do with the courts. How dare you send my information to Montgomery County as if they don't have my information anyway, right? But why would you even do that, dude? You know I'm going to flip out about it. Is that why you enjoy this shit? You think it's funny? It's not funny, dude. Yeah, the safety building. The safety building is going to protect Brian. Oh gosh, I can't. Hey, Deborah Ann. Yeah, and you know what, Deborah, I told him, I said, I have never been intimidated by you. Never will I ever be intimidated by you. You're nothing but fluff. That's all you got. You got a mouth and you like to run it. That's it. Hey, Michelle Porter. Hey, Denise P. Hey, Sarah. Yeah, he is a weirdo. Like, I guarantee you that he's like other creators that I'll not mention, but he likes to accumulate information on everyone. And then when he gets a chance, he'll strike and use it against you somehow. That's exactly what he's doing right now. He's trying to intimidate me. He doesn't want me to meet him at the court building, at the safety. He doesn't want that. He's trying to intimidate me because he's a man. Brian, you're no man. You are a bitch. You're in a woman's community and you're sending off women's information to the courts. How's that okay? Oh, he wants to talk? Okay. Shoot. I had my 10 cups of coffee. I'm down. Wait till I tell Brandon about this. Holy shit. He's going to laugh. He's going to say, Sarah, he ain't nothing but a snitch. You knew that a year or two ago. And I'm going to stand there and shake my head and say, yep, sure did. Yeah, that's some snitch ass shit, man. To sit there and send anyone's information anywhere. I don't care who it is in this community. You don't do that shit. Yeah, it's LOL. Funny, isn't it?
No, that's just a name.
Why are you sending my stuff anywhere? Why are you taking my address and sending it anywhere? I'd like to know that.
Because you live in my community, and our community.
I do not. I live in a different county than you.
Okay, you live about 7 or 8 miles away from me, right?
Doesn't matter. It's still a different county. Good luck with Greene County.
No, look, nobody's going to send you anything that says you have to appear anywhere.
I don't care. It's the fact that you took my address and sent it anywhere. Do you not understand that?
Is there something wrong with that?
Yes, there is.
When you're trying to reach a resolution, because my address was put on a piece of paper and sent somewhere.
I've never seen your address, nor have I ever sent it anywhere. I don't care what everybody else and their brother's doing. This is between you and I have never taken your address and put it anywhere. I don't even know your address.
Right, but you didn't look into what the Dayton Mediation Center is.
I don't care, Brian. That's meaningless right now. What the problem is you took my address where I live 24 hours out of the day and you gave it to someplace else. That's my issue.
I gave your address to a judicial system that is
exactly set up. Point, period, blank, the end. You gave my address to the judicial system.
But it's
what the fuck?
Sarah, it's not done in a malicious way. How are we to set it?
It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you took my address, my physical address, and gave it to anyone.
Right. So that's wrong in your opinion?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not out here taking everybody's address and giving it to whoever. I'm trying to protect people from that. Well, I don't want anyone in this community being harmed in that manner. We don't need to be doing these stupid ass meaningless lawsuits, which are going to go nowhere, might I add. It's not going to happen.
Right. But this situation was not done in malice. It was done with good intent and no ill will.
Oh my God. That's the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard.
Well, you have Sarah, you have to look at what the Dayton Mediation Center does.
I don't care what they do.
If you don't care what it does, then that means you're not really willing to reach a resolve before a situation gets escalated. We've come through a lot of stuff, and we've been able to be civil with each other, and I wanted to continue that.
Well, then why didn't you do that instead of calling people's homes, calling people's mothers?
I didn't call, but a minute ago you said we weren't talking about that. We're talking about me and you. Okay.
But why couldn't you have done this?
Well, I didn't call. I didn't call
doing all these videos, recording all these calls.
Sarah, I didn't call anybody's mother. I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with calling those tenants. I had nothing to do with that. The only thing I did was leave a message. But you just a minute ago, you said that we weren't talking about that. So if you think that sending somebody's address anywhere is wrong, then you need to. Okay. Well, there was a cease and desist with my address on it. They got sent to a lawyer.
I know nothing about that.
Do you think that's wrong?
After some of the things you've done, no, I don't think it's wrong at all. Y'all have harassed the shit out of her.
I haven't harassed her at all. All I did is state my opinion, just like you and everybody else has been able to do on this platform. I haven't called any tenants. I haven't.
You guys go live at least 5 times a day, not just you.
Sure, that's what the drama community does. That's what we do. You used to do that to me.
Yeah, but you're causing harm to people.
Okay, let's talk about.
You guys don't have any fucking facts whatsoever on Diane or the money. You guys are giving your best guesses, and that's it. Oh, we're just going to speculate and sit here and wonder if this is what she sent, blah, blah, blah. And this is going to keep going on, and nothing is ever going to change. Holy shit. It's just ridiculous. Why didn't you?
Thank God that some of the facts were put out on Tiffany's channel regarding the stuff.
Bullshit. Those were not facts.
Well, if you feel that way, you have a right to that opinion. But what I'm trying to, but what you first said was, we're not talking about that. Okay, when I said if somebody's address comes up and gets sent somewhere, you said that's wrong, and you called me a snitch for that. Do you think that anybody that does that is a snitch?
Yes. Okay. What kind of problems do we have that is that bad that you got to go to the safety building and give them my address? Are you kidding me right now? I'm not your biggest enemy, bro.
No, I understand that, but we all know what the safety building is. It's not a safety building. It's part of the jail.
I don't go down to that area at all.
Well, it's downtown. It's across the street from Sinclair.
Well, no shit. I know where it's at.
Right. Well, so somebody made a joke about the safety building. That's just what it's been called for years.
Yes.
The idea, Sarah, was to sit down with a trained mediator and mediate the situation where you made this video that was involved in an investigation that caused my children to be asked questions, and it came up.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? I already told you that was an unlisted video that had never been public. And so when I accidentally hit public, it went public. I didn't mean for that video to go public.
It was public because that's when Dumpy Dump sent them people over here, it was based on that video. And you even apologized to me for
it. I sure shit did. And I thought we was done over and past that.
Right,
but
we
since
were.
This whole situation has happened in the community lately, you know, people have been bickering back and forth. And obviously you and I don't see eye to eye on things.
Right.
And I don't appreciate you giving my address to anyone.
Well, it's not done in maliciousness, and it's not.
I don't care.
Well,
I don't care if you did it wearing fucking Rainbow Bright costume. It's still not okay.
How is the mediation center supposed to contact people when they want to do a civil adult resolution?
That ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm telling you what. I am not the one. You were not going to send anything to this house.
Well, it's already been sent.
All
but
right.
the thing of it is this is what adults do when they want to resolve a situation, because I don't want to have any more trouble.
So snitching is what you're doing.
That's not snitching.
Yes, it is.
I didn't tell them what you did. What I said was,
will you give this to Sarah Pittman that lives in Beaver Creek so we can work things out, because we don't see eye to eye on the internet?
Well, that's
is that what it is?
That's no different than somebody saying, well, you give this to Brian St. John, who lives in Dayton, Ohio, and tell him to stop talking about me, even though I've talked about people for
I've never sent anything on you when it comes to your personal information. Have I ever given people videos or clips that I've clipped from you? Absolutely. Right. Have I recently? Nah.
Well, no, you haven't. And that's what I wanted to, but one of the people you stand up for has done that.
This wouldn't have happened. Who am I standing up for one?
Well, don't you stand up for someone that's been accused of scamming St. Jude's?
Do I stand up for her? No, I haven't. I haven't even. Thank you, Trisha. I have not been live nor made a video about this shit in a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. I've not been live. Did I make a little video last night? Yeah, because she's corny as fuck. But other than that, no. I've tried to stay out of it. You and I didn't have huge problems until now.
We don't have a huge problem now either.
We don't have a huge problem downtown.
We really don't have a huge problem.
We do. We have problems.
Well, yes, then we have
problems.
That's up to you. What I'm trying to do is, see, I learned a lesson about cease and desist yesterday. I learned that if you can't get somebody to stop, then this is the route that you go, and this is the first step in trying.
Don't you think you should have thought of that maybe like a few weeks ago, before all of this shit fucking started to burn down in the community?
Well, what's it all boil back to, Sarah? Now, what I don't want to have is any issue with you. When I said
you gave my information, my address, and sent it off to someplace. You physically either went down there or started typing on your little keyboard and said, look, I want to have a mediation with Sarah.
That's right.
because she's not being very nicey. She doesn't see things the way I do.
No, no,
So
no, no. The
can we
mediation,
brainwash her into believing the
the
way
me-
I do so we don't have
no,
to fight and bicker?
the mediation has to do with how harmful that video had been to my family. It has nothing to do with Diane. And you apologize for it, and I wanted to be sure that it doesn't accidentally get uploaded again. If you put it on private from unlisted, it means that for some reason you were digging back a year into your videos
Yes, I was.
to look at that, and it kind of makes me think that maybe you sent it around somewhere or something like that. It makes me concerned because I don't want children knocking on my door and questioning my children based on a video. Yeah, I wanted to be able.
Yes, Kathy, I hear you, Howard.
Hi. Hi, Brian. We haven't met. My name is Kathy Rebuilds. I just want to I'm just interrupting you all for 1 second. Sarah, what you received, was that a notice for any type of court proceeding, or is it some type of organization in your state that's requesting just a mediation out of the blue?
Well, I haven't received it yet. Brian just notified me that I will be receiving it.
Brian, if you'd be nice enough to answer my question, is it a voluntary, like the American Association for Arbitration?
Yes, ma'am. It's a voluntary thing. She doesn't have to do it. It's set up for people in our community to resolve issues without legal proceedings.
Great.
She doesn't have to go. It'd be a chance. Like I've seen Sarah before, but I've never met her and sat down and talked to her.
You've never seen me.
Sarah obviously doesn't want to sit down and talk to you. So, Sarah, when you get that piece of paper, you can write. You don't have to write back to the system, but you can tell them to basically it's junk. You're not going to proceed with it, and that you find that if it continues to be requested or anything in regard to this action, you will have to proceed the way your legal rights proceeding. And yes, if you want to look me up, I'm an attorney.
No, I'm not going to look you up, but what you need to understand, what you need to understand, Kathy, is that she's already
because my LinkedIn will not show you what government agency I work in. So stop picking on people.
I'm not picking on her.
You're sending some crappy mediation request because most people do not understand that a mediation request.
That's why I sent her the link.
Is not lawsuit. So that's all I have to say. So Sarah, I would throw him off your panel. I would throw the piece of paper away. All he's doing is to intimidate you to come and talk to him. And you know what?
What Kathy hasn't seen is where you said offer accepted. And then when I put it out there, Sarah, now you don't want it because you said offer accepted. So
you said offer accepted.
I did not say offer accepted with
that's
no
what your video
was talking about.
It's not a video. Any mediation agreement is going to be spelled out in writing with provisions that Sarah would have to sign.
Right.
No bullshit about a verbal thing said in a video.
She says offer accepted, Kathy, and then under
I didn't know what you were talking
about.
If
you know anything about the law, no proceeding that is either voluntary or court required is going to accept a stupid video that says, "Yeah, I agree." No.
Well, no. I looked at it as
so she is not going to accept it in writing. It's really cute on YouTube, doesn't it? But it is not a legal document. It is a voluntary thing.
Nope. I made it perfectly clear when I said.
Now we have it all clear. So Sarah, you can just knock them off. You can throw away the piece of paper, or you can write them back, leaving what we call a foundation of the fact that you do not want to hear from him again. You do not want to participate in this organization. Any further documentation from this organization.
You knew all that before you came up here.
Harassment, and please have a nice day.
Harassment.
Thank you, Kathy.
Well, if you continue to ask for it, it will.
No, if she,
going to say no.
Don't convict me of a crime that hasn't been committed yet.
I'm not convicting you. You're not listening to me. You lay a foundation. The more you bother her in a court system or
I'm not bothering her because she would have invited me up onto her panel. If I was that much of a bother to her, she would just tell me.
Did she know? Well, was Sarah aware that it was a voluntary and not a court order?
Well, I said
no. I had no idea what it was.
No,
I sent the link to her.
She was saying before. I was listening to the video.
Please let me speak.
You didn't know it was voluntary. That was the question. Voluntary court order.
Could you please let me speak? I sent her the link where she was able to look it over, and it clearly states that it's
I
voluntary.
did not even look at it until
Why-
today
why-
when you
Well, if you didn't
commented,
look at it
Brian.
until the day,
Not
Sarah, then why
now.
would you get yourself so upset about something you didn't even look at?
Because you have to be aware that anybody that threatens to go to a mediation, it sounds like a court proceeding.
It does sound like
You have to know that.
that's why I gave her the link.
Because most
And
people
it's the-
I
panic.
gave her the link so you can see that it wasn't a court proceeding.
It's the
Yes,
fact that you
She has
have
no
my address.
obligation to look at your link. She has no obligation to do anything to you. There's
Well,
no
then
obligation
she doesn't
whatsoever.
know what it is.
And you know what? Now she does.
Yep.
So, and the
It's
thing is,
been
just
for a
because
week.
you send her a link doesn't mean she has to look at it. She can just block you, and she can block your link. That's just as easy.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come
like-
down to for
Like
sure.
somebody
Because
calling somebody who might have looked like Diane, because I looked through Facebook through the whole country, and her
I had no part of that.
sister might have looked like Diane. So I'm going to
Nope.
send her an email.
I had no part of it. I've done nothing like that.
Yeah, well, this is the kind of shit that's been happening. And
Well,
you're
it's not me.
in
Don't hold me accountable for something somebody else is doing.
yeah, but it's an atmosphere. So you send her a link and you say, me, and it's supposed to be mediation.
This has
You
nothing
tell
to
her
do
it's
with Diane.
voluntary.
My situation has to do with a video that she made that caused my underage children to be questioned as whether or
is
not.
that video still up?
No, but you accidentally put it up the other day, and I wanted to try.
It
Is
was
it
an
still
accident.
up?
So it was an accident. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And
that
it's not even up any longer.
If
Right.
you're really
And I wanted to ensure that it
go,
didn't happen again by mediating the situation like
well,
adults
I
do.
think Sarah has already told you that it won't happen again because I've heard her on previous videos. So I don't know why you need an in-person verification for something that she's already represented and that I'm sure you've
She
recorded.
told me to come over here like a man. That's why.
Because
Excuse me?
what? What? So you can go face to face and insult her?
She just told me 10 minutes ago to come over here like a man. That's why I needed to go further, because she invited me to.
Oh, you did it previously. And that's what I said to you after the fact, because you're trying to intimidate me.
I'm
You
not
are
trying
not
to
going to
intimidate you
intimidate
with
me.
anything. There's no legal recourse from you not doing this. None. And there won't be none.
Right. Exactly. But the thing is that, well, maybe you aren't aware of it. But most people, any documentation that looks like a court proceeding does usually have a bad reaction to it.
Oh, yeah.
And they panic. It is a normal thing. I've spoken to many people that's happened to, and I've talked them off a wall. And most people understand that. Now, maybe you didn't understand it and thought, okay, let's have a nice little mediation.
Right.
But, okay, so
That's
you're
why I sent her the link.
mediation and it's been rejected. So I think I think we've kind of resolved this now, right?
Yes. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you
Okay.
more than you know.
The only time this is the second time I've ever gone in a panel. I don't choose to do it again. It is not something I usually do. However, I like Sarah, and I don't like people using the court system or arbitration to make it appear, I'm not saying you did, but make it appear as if an intimidating factor. Only because of my experience, the way people react is when they simply say, I've sent letters going, I represent somebody, just refer this to a lawyer. And I've had people calling screaming at me. Okay. So I don't practice in any close to you. I work for a government agency now, which God help you if you're never going to find what the agency is. So don't even try.
Nobody's worried about looking you up at all. You have the right to your opinion.
This system, everybody's looking everybody up. So
well, I'm not here to. I appreciate your opinion and your input on this.
I absolutely appreciate you for coming
so
up.
maybe we can just take a sit down. We all know it's voluntary. So
she would have known that had she taken the time to look at the
Oh,
link.
thank you, Ash Key. Looks
It's
like the
over.
manipulation has occurred. Sorry,
Okay,
I needed to go public. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Can
So
you hear
that
me?
was
Well, I'll tell you what, Sarah.
Yes, Mac.
I'll tell you what. Hi, Mac. I'll tell you what, Sarah. We can
Thank you,
resolve
Sean.
this. We can resolve this right now. If you choose to not speak on me, I won't come to your chat. I won't say anything about you. And and we could just resolve it right now. We could finish the
I
meeting.
mean, I can't promise that I'm never going to mention you. If you
I
do
didn't
things to
say
people
just
that
yeah.
I'm friends with,
Okay.
obviously I'm going to mention you.
Absolutely, but let's do it in a respectful and civilized manner.
Okay, so now you are trying to preach to me about being respectful. Have you
Sure.
been respectful at all the past few weeks?
Well, regarding you, I have.
Oh, okay.
We're
Brian,
talking
can
about
I
you and
ask you a quick question? I apologize for interrupting.
I.
But do you remember when the word went out that 5 people will be doxxed per day until the end shows receipts? Do you know who said that?
I absolutely do not, and I don't stand behind that. I don't think this is.
Okay,
I
the
don't think.
reason I'm asking you is because I thought you might know. My
No.
RCMP barracks has been called twice
No.
regarding very specifically bullshit from YouTube. Now,
Right.
we know the constables and the sergeants in our RCMP barracks, but would somebody have gotten my name, my address? But I mean, they called the wrong RCMP barracks the first
Right.
time. Second time they didn't, and I've got the phone number. Somebody's trying to set Molly Golightly up, though.
Yeah.
They used a computer phone and had it look. I don't know. Had it look like it would have been come from her cell phone, except the RCMP traced it back, and it wasn't from a legitimate phone company.
Right. If you
So,
remember, Mac, if you remember, not too long ago, Dave the fisherman put her cell phone number up on a live.
yeah, that's the thing.
I
But
don't support anybody that's doxing these people that are
But I'm
standing up for
like,
what.
I was looking side eyed at Molly for a minute, and I thought, no, I've never really had any issues. I mean, she doesn't mind if I come into her chat, and every once in a while I'll give her super chat. I don't, I don't have any animosity towards her or anybody really. And I was completely shocked. And I thought, oh, for the love of God, why? This is, I'm not going to shut up, and I'm not saying much anyway. It's sort of like I wanted to, catch you because I thought I don't know where it's going, where it's coming from,
Mhm.
and I apologize for jumping in the middle of a whole other
You
conversation.
had a legitimate
No, you
question.
were done.
If people are being doxxed just because they're passionate about their friend, I don't agree with people being harassed by it. I don't agree with people being doxxed by it. I don't agree with any of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, as for friend and everything, I've got my answer to, St. Jude. I feel quite a bit differently. I'm very pissed off, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah,
Mac,
and
11.
this issue would have been resolved without Kathy. I believe Sarah is.
No,
I don't
no,
think it would have, or it may have would have. I just wanted to kind of cut it in the bud.
no.
Well,
I
thanks, guys.
appreciate you, Kathy,
Can't
more
see the
than you
chat.
know.
I can't see the
Mac 11, I
chat.
love you, darling.
Like I said, this is only the second time I've ever been on a panel. I don't panel a lot, but I also don't like people being scared because
You're gonna make me how scared my children were when they got questioned.
anything from a court scares a lot of people, and
Not from a
whether
court.
it's voluntary or involuntary, mediation or anything else. And this is conversation I've had for 35 years to people that get these kind of pieces of papers.
Yeah, it's
So,
not from a court.
not from you. I mean, it is in my personal.
I've not had any dealings with the
Just-
courts in almost 10 years. And
Most people have not.
I'm not
Most people
terrified
have
that
never had anything to do
I'm
with
terrified
or
that the
mediation.
authorities will see that video and come back and question my kids again. I'm not terrified by Isaac or anyone else.
Right, but you're not terrified of Sarah, are you? If
No,
you guys
I like Sarah.
make an agreement to, you can even make an agreement that you're going to try not to talk about each other as long as you both feel that you're not being attacked, or just try day to day. Day to day is a very good.
yeah,
Can you imagine?
I have no dealings with Brian. I don't like the things that he says and does, but I don't have any dealings with him. I don't make videos of him. I don't track him down in comments like he does with me.
Okay.
I just try to stay away from him.
Well,
So
your comments were to me, Sarah. The comments that I tracked you down and were directed towards me.
Okay, so no more let's do it day to day.
I don't owe any fines.
Truth things and doesn't truth things and everything else. I'm going to tell you that's what the media would say. They're going to try your best, and if you can't and just take it day to day and try not to react to each other, and try not to talk to each other, and just do the best you can. And that's what a mediator would tell
That's
you.
exactly what we're
Tell you
gonna
in
do.
different rooms with different attorneys. Okay, so we've mediated it. We don't need a voluntary place to go. This is the first step, and we'll just work on it. Okay.
It's good. It's
Thank
good.
you, Kathy. I
And if
appreciate
Tricia,
I'm
if
it.
you
sorry
think,
I got involved. I'm sorry I got involved.
no, you're
Usually
No,
fine.
I'm grateful
I
that you did.
appreciate it.
But
That's good.
and I know it wasn't any of my business, but when I hear people with that, Sarah had a certain edge to her that,
Mhm.
from my personal experience of 40 years, I know that edge in the voice. So, and I
Yeah.
like Sarah. I don't know you. I just don't want you. It's not anything
It's
personal.
okay. No.
I'm drama. I was boy. I don't do crime. I see enough in my real life. So
Right.
I'm getting off.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I can't see you. I don't know if you like me, if you don't, but I wish you all a better day.
I've always liked you, and I'm
Yeah,
very
well,
grateful
thank
that
you.
you came up here. Thank you so very much.
And Tricia, if you think that I owe fines, you can send the warrant enforcement place over here to my house because you've
What?
taken pictures of it. You can, and then you can send them over here and tell them that I'm
Brian,
home
let's
right
just
What
let's
fine?
end it, dude. That's it.
now.
What
Yes, ma'am.
fine? Are you talking to me or I'm
No, I
going?
was talking to Tricia. She said, "Why don't you go pay your fines?"
Chat. I can't even see it.
Yeah.
So just, no one's going to award fines. No one's going to do this for a first time request for a mediation.
Yeah.
All they're going to do is put you in separate rooms and try to get you to agree to leave each other alone as
Well, that's
best
not
you can. That's the most a mediator's going to do.
And that's how you make an adult resolution that's done.
And now we have it. You don't have to go to a building. You don't have to probably pay a fee for the mediator.
I would have to pay for all of it. Not her.
Well, I would, anytime anybody goes into a mediation or courtroom, because I'm an attorney, I would tell them, don't go by yourself. So, and that, starts into thousands of dollars, and things can escalate beyond anything, it's just going to escalate without any control. So it's been mediated. I hope a little bit, just little steps can help make it better.
That's right.
And that's why I
That was my
appreciate you for
intent in the
coming
first
up.
place. Because I like Sarah. I stay away from her chats because she's got some people in here that I don't.
So an accident was done, whatever, it's done. We're all on YouTube. We all know accidents are done. I know this is gone. Right now it's getting a little vicious and a little doxing and all this, but let's try to settle it down. Each situation as we can. I hope I was of help.
You absolutely were.
I'm not trying to bully you, Sarah. I wouldn't be up here. And I've had nothing but respect.
You're trying to intimidate me.
All right,
no.
Sarah, let's say we're concluded, okay? Just for today, one day at a time. And now what normally would be happening during a mediation is they would say, you go to the left, you go to the right, and you go home.
Well, the mediation is about, and also, Kathy, when that video came out and she took it down immediately, and some people called me. Under her chat, there was someone that said, "I'm going to call CPS on him again," and that struck me as I need to mediate.
I never seen that.
I understand that, but
Sarah, I commented right under it, and you didn't see it.
No. Well, sometimes it goes through, and I understand your trepidation when you see that remark. Everybody has that trepidation.
So I thought I'd mediate it.
Well, I just think the conversation's over, Brian. I
hope we mediated a little bit, and I just hope that you can do it one day a day. One goes to the left down the hallway, one goes to the right, and just try. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but let's do a hopeful thing and try to do it one day at a time. That's all. And that's what we were to tell you at media.
Right. Sarah, do you feel like I'm trying to bully you?
You have my address and you gave it to the court system or whatever it is.
And another thing with mediation is now you've made an agreement. Now you're going to stop talking, and now you're going to go down the left hallway and the right hallway, because right now it takes time for people to calm down and realize and take a deep breath.
So, Sarah, you feel like the people that put their addresses out to legal places are more in trouble?
Brian, I know you have questions you want to ask them another time.
Well,
Sarah,
there won't be another time. Maybe we can get it done today.
no.
I'm
Sarah,
sorry. I kicked him. I'm not putting up with him.
You mediated the one question in regard to whether this was voluntary or a court system. Okay, you have other questions that can go for another day because Sarah was upset because she didn't understand the situation. This is not a let's slip a couple of questions in or a dig type of thing. This is okay, mediated, walk out. You may have other issues, but not this one. So this one is over. Okay? And he's gone. So Sarah, I hope it was a help. I usually don't interfere, but I like you.
I'm so glad you did, and I like you. And
I don't like people. People get very intimidated by notices from courts. And let me tell you something. I got a notice from. I'm in a courtroom, not anymore, but I was a courtroom attorney. I got something in my name that somebody wanted something. I started crying. I was like, I've tried cases in front of jury, but it wasn't my name. I got a letter in my name and I started crying. I mean, because it was personal. When it's not personal, and that's why attorneys are involved, because it's not personal. So I try, as you can see, when I get up on a panel, I don't shut up. So I hope that helped. And I can't see the chat, so sorry if anybody thought I went too far or anything.
No, you didn't go too far at all. I absolutely appreciate you for coming up, because I don't know where it would have gone with Brian and I.
Right.
I just got really upset that he had my information in the first place and gave it to someone.
I don't want anybody to have my information. That's one of the reasons I don't get up on panels. But it's also, I don't like mentioning my profession because I don't bring it onto YouTube. This is the only time I've ever brought it onto YouTube. And I will not do this again. So, because I'm not licensed in your state and I'm not representing anybody and I'm not doing anything. I just, okay.
If you'd like, I can take this whole video down. I don't want to.
No. That's all right. That's all right. If I was afraid, I wouldn't have come up. So, okay. Well, I'm going to let you continue. I'm going to finally shut up because most attorneys don't shut up. And I hope it works out. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. I really appreciate her for coming out.
Okay, leave studio. That's how bad I am. I don't know.
I'm really glad she did come up because, I mean, it could have escalated into something worse. You know what I mean? Brian and I have that kind of relationship where we either hate each other or we just don't acknowledge each other. And I could see it escalating, especially when he kept coming back to my comment section telling me that we're going to do this mediation thing. No, dude, we're not. Point blank, period, the end. Hi, Tawanda. How are you feeling?
I'm getting better, baby. How are you?
Oh, gosh. I'm okay.
Good.
I got a little flustered. I'm tired of all this real life stuff going on. And I'm tired of it being okay to do. Like, nobody bats an eye. Nobody even seems to care that people have other people's information and they're sending it places.
I agree with you. It all needs to stop. It needs to stop. I believe on all sides. Everybody, if they have a legal action, if they think they have a legal action against Diane, do it legally. And do it off YouTube. It doesn't need to be on YouTube anymore. I believe Wendy has taken enough.
Oh,
she
man.
doesn't have, I know she doesn't have enough answers for anybody. There's not enough answers out there. I know myself how frustrated I am. So I can't imagine having a friend. I want everybody to dig deep. That you've had a friend that you've had a relationship on the phone with for 4 years. You trust them, you believe in them, and all of a sudden you find out one day that they're not who they are. You don't get over it in a day or 2 or 3 or even a week.
No, it's going to take time for people to heal from all of this.
Absolutely, because it's just like somebody dying. Because that person they thought was them was not them. They're actually dead because it's not the person they said they were. I know
Hey,
how
Clancy.
I'm grieving over it. I can't imagine what those, the two girls are doing. It breaks my damn heart. I can see exactly why they go up and down and up and down. People, say, oh, they're talking to her behind the scenes. Well, I don't believe that with Wendy. I don't think so. I don't think Randy is anywhere near where Wendy is right now. But it is their thoughts, their mental health, their physical health that's having to go through this. And people need to let the process happen and quit shoving it down their damn throat.
Yeah, and quit trying to intimidate people by having their information or calling their police. Mac 11 Lynn was just up here, and somebody had her information and called her police department. That's not okay.
It's not okay because Mac 11 is probably one of the most kind people.
Yes, she is.
That I know. And she would do anything for anybody. I don't care what side if you're on this side, that side, or upside down, she would help you.
And the intimidation is not stopping. If anybody even thinks that they're talking to Diane, boy howdy, they'll go after them. They will harass them.
Well, people are really mad at Diane, and I'm really mad at Diane. But that's me. Everybody has their own right to grieve their own way about this person that wasn't.
Oh, Mac, did you see what she wrote? She said, worse, the RCMP, they shoot first and question second.
Yeah.
That's not okay. What happens when somebody calls the cops on someone and someone actually gets shot, or their animal or pet gets shot?
This is the problem with these people bringing this shit on YouTube, discussing it every day, that it has to be, and people outing other people that actually had nothing to do with this. People are going to get hurt because there's trolls behind the scenes that are going to cause chaos. Hell, for all we know, excuse me, Oni's back on the scene trying to set up MGL. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just saying that you never know who is sitting behind the scenes when you make some absurd statement out there. And it's just like, what happened with Tracy the other day. That damn video. Look at the stir it caused. Here, I think we're trying to get some kind of healing, and boom, there we go again. It got to stir up some shit. Nobody cares who gets hurt anymore. They don't give a shit. They don't care if they tear somebody down and talk about their son, or let's see how low we can go. Let's see how far we can hit below the knees to knock somebody right on their face. Let's see them crawl on their face. That's what some of these people want. And it needs to goddamn stop. I'm sorry. I'm to the point, Sarah. I've had it. I'm ready just to say, YouTube, stop it. It's time. I gotta walk away from here because it's mentally not okay.
No, it's affected me too. I understand.
Yeah, if everybody could just, for once, think about what you say in a chat before you hit send. Think about that.
Are you starting to feel any better?
I am. I'm getting old. Believe it or not, this is the best I have felt. And I'm on prednisone, so I'm a little bitchy and right now.
You got like Superman powers being on prednisone.
Yeah. So I have kept my mouth shut. I'm just to the point that please, everybody, stop and think about what you're doing before you do it. And I don't care whose shoes you put yourself in, whether it be potty mouth mama's shoes,
Oh gosh.
you know, Tiffany Marie's shoes, Wendy's shoes, Randy's shoes. Everybody has a different reason for hurting, being mad, being pissed off. And before you make bad decisions, try to think of a better decision before you go and take something on that may be irreparable, if you know what I mean. If you're mad about St. Jude, be mad about that. But don't go make a video about something else that was 6 months ago, for God's sakes. Be mad about the thing, take care of it, get it out of the way. If you're pissed off and want to go legal, go legal. Do what you have to do to make yourself feel better. But I don't want to see you in the middle of this, Sarah. You have fought demons your whole life, girl. And I know you fight every day to keep your head above water.
Oh boy.
And I want to see you to be successful. You know that about me.
And I love you, Tawanda. I always have. I've always appreciated you, and I have always respected you, and I always will. I really hope you get better soon. You've been dealing with this for a while.
Yeah, I am getting better. I've turned the corner. Me and my prednisone.
Well, that'll help strengthen up your lungs. And
yeah,
hopefully.
It will. And anybody that says you don't need to wear a mask, I have something to tell them.
Hey, Miss Leah.
Because I know that our friend Tracy, and I know she's your friend Sarah, and I have faith one day that it'll be healed. I have faith in God. But if somebody gives that to Tracy, we will lose Tracy. If you need to wear a damn mask, that's all I'm saying. Wear a damn mask until this shit's under control. Because we are not invincible. We're not. I would just like to see everybody just try one day. Try some kindness. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. If you can think of one nice thing to say. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. There's a couple people out there that I don't want to give the time of day to, and I don't. And the best thing I can do is ghost them, block them, and don't listen to them. Because it's not healthy. It's not.
No, and it's only going to continue to get worse. If things keep going on the way they are in our little community, it's going to get worse. Our guest was actually on a panel yesterday and doxed one of this person's mods. That's not okay. It's not okay to pretend like you're some big badass.
You know what?
To dox someone.
Flip the script, Sarah. They had Rel doing the same thing at Brian 5 months ago, and it was okay. See, this is
I left that whole situation.
Oh, not you. I know you did. But there's people that are sitting in this chat right now that egged it on. Real life is real life. If right is right and wrong is wrong, and you know me that way, This
Once
just got
things, once people started calling places of employment and landlords, I up and left and wanted no part of that, because I don't think it's okay. It's not okay to call people's homes or to call their police
no,
or do wellness checks. That only upsets people.
no,
And some
or
people will
right by
retaliate.
their houses, or drive by their houses, or intimidate them, or send letters in the mail, or whatever.
Well, that's what Brian's doing right now. He's sending me some garbage information to mediate with him. I'm not going to go anywhere in his county and
And you
mediate
don't
with
have
him.
to. You don't have to. I would put return to sender. No, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm grateful Kathy came up and
Kathy's
explained it.
awesome.
Yeah,
She's
she really
awesome.
is. I had no idea.
But I'm encouraging you, please, please,
I
if
love
these,
you, Helen.
if you guys just block these people, please do that. Please do it until, I mean, hopefully one day everything can heal, but until that block button is magical right now. It is magical. It really is, because you don't have to see what they're saying. If you don't see what they're saying, then you don't care. Because you know what? If somebody said, Tawanda's a scammer, she's a this, she's a that, I know myself I'm not. So I don't have to worry about what they say about me. So Sarah, please, honey, for your own health, I want you to just, please, I worry about you so much. You're like
I
a
know.
daughter to me. You know that.
I know.
I want everybody, if they could just play nice, please. And if you don't like somebody, I mean, I love Wendy to death. But there are people in her chat I know that can't stand me. But guess what? I don't engage. I just don't talk to them, and it's better that way. But that doesn't mean we can't support Wendy.
I'll always support Wendy. I adore Wendy, and I'm grateful for Wendy.
I know there's people in Tracy's chat that come in there that I absolutely loathe, and I have to turn the other cheek and just ignore them. That's the only thing I can do. And if they say something bad to me, I block them. I just block them.
Maui, Michelle, I didn't get to see who or why you were timed out. I apologize. It might have been an accident. Lord, Google has been, they have the band hammer down.
God, I said hi in a chat the other day and I was a mod. I'm like,
I love you, Bailey Pucks. Oh
okay.
Gosh, that sounds terrible. You need to rest.
I am. So anyway, please everybody, this is just I'm gonna beg and beg for everybody just to try to get along. If you don't like what they're doing, just ignore them, because trust me, the more fuel you give them, the bigger the fire gets.
Yeah, that's very true.
And the more that, when they come on and rant and rave, the more people that pile in there, the more they're going to keep doing it. So guess what? If you don't go there and watch it, you don't know what's happening. You watch a clip channel and find out, because if you're watching the one person, 90% is her talking about herself. The other 10% is what they're actually bitching about, right?
You would be so proud of me, Tawanda. There's a channel that I used to watch notoriously that I'm like, who? Yeah. Not at all. I don't even watch her anymore. It's just she's so unimportant.
That's the best thing to do, and it's been really good for me. I'm not watching the chat. I just turn my phone over and thank everybody. Yes, I am so much better than I was, Sarah. I am so much better than I was. So
you sound a little bit better, but you still sound like it's really getting you. And
it takes a long time to get rid of this stuff. It really does. It takes a long time. I have sympathy for Randy talking about her broken rib, because I separated ribs
Oh my
from
God.
coughing. So every time I have to cough, I have to hold on to my myself so that it's terrible.
Yes. I had pneumonia a few years ago and I broke 2 ribs from coughing. That's really serious.
It is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, hon, I know you'll work this out. You're a smart girl.
Thank
I
you, Wanda.
I think I have belief in this community. I think we can be healed. Maybe it's a pipe dream. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that, I've duked it out with, but in a pinch, if they needed anything, I'd be right there in a New York minute for them. So
I think that all of this will eventually pass, but at what cost? Who else is going to suffer from all of this when we send things real life, when we take people's literal address and send it to the courts?
I know.
When is it going to stop?
Everything, if when you go real life, it's game on then. That's stupid. That's the dumbest thing. Now, if people want to take action against Diane, do it legally, do it off YouTube, and leave it at that.
Well, that's my thing with all of YouTube. Every ounce of information they get, they go live about it or do a video about it. Like, they don't care about the kids at this point. All they're doing it for is views and monetization. That's the only reason, monetary gain, I mean. That's the only reason it's happening right now. There's lives that'll go on for 4 or 5 hours, and there will be 800 or 900 people in there just listening to someone talk about how their girl bits smell like chicken farts.
I can't even talk about that. That's gross.
Oh my God. And people literally take her seriously. She's sitting there talking about what her badge smells like. Oh my God.
No.
How anyone can take her serious, I have no clue.
I know. Well, I just, if somebody is truly concerned about, like, say, that family that was in the, that rental house, whatever, you contact the local authorities. You give them the information that you've got, that that this person or that person has, they've said that they're going to drive by that house or whatever. Give it to the authorities and let the cops go over there and say, hey, your address has been mentioned, whatever. You don't, do it the right way, and don't spread it all over YouTube so 3,000 trolls can go after them.
Agreed.
I'm going to hop down, honey.
Okay, well, thank you for coming up, Tawanda. I really hope you start feeling better. I hate that you're dealing with this and your illness. I wish things were better for you, and I'm just sorry.
They are better, but YouTube's not ever going to change me. It might make me walk away forever, but it's not going to change me. I believe in people, and I believe everybody has a good heart somewhere.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing that bothers me. People have some huge egos and they're like, well, we're going to run this person off of YouTube. No, you're not. You don't have that kind of power to run somebody off of YouTube. Come on, get real. If they want to leave, they'll do it on their own time, and their own pace. Nobody can force someone off.
I know. They can't. The only thing you can do yourself is change your content and give them no fuel. That's no fuel. I mean, I think that should be everybody's content. I don't care if you have to make a birdhouse online. I don't care if you're talking about recipes. I don't care. I mean, it may not bring a lot of people in, but at least you can have a laugh or two, or laugh at yourself. I mean, just anything to get everybody's mind off this stuff. This community is so torn in two, and this community is probably some of the kindest people I've ever met in my life.
I agree.
And that's why it's hard to walk away.
Hey, Winky Whispers, how are you, love?
Speaking of kind people.
Yeah.
All
She
right,
really
honey.
is. She's a gem. You lay down and get some rest. I need you better.
I'm gonna get better. I am. I love you
I
guys.
believe you will.
Thank
I
you,
love
honey.
you, Tawanda. Thank you for coming up.
All right, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So I want to thank Kathy Rebuilds for coming up. I want to thank Tawanda and Brian, even though it didn't do much. But at the end of the day, you're not going to intimidate me by sending me something from the courthouse. That's not going to intimidate me. It's only going to piss me off, honestly. Now, it did have me a little bothered because I didn't know what it was. And it kind of like freaked me out there for a second. But Brian, you ought to know better, dude. You can't intimidate me and it's not going to work. Just you stay in your lane. I'll try my best to stay in mine. Okay. And then there's going to be no problem. Other than that, I really don't have a lot to say. I'm just grateful for you guys coming in here and kind of hanging out. And I don't think there was any resolution, but I think that we can kind of meet in the middle and just, I don't know. Honestly, I have a whole lot to say. I just don't think right now is the time. I'm flustered over this crap with BSJ, but in time, I kind of want to sit down and maybe somebody will listen to me instead of all of this fighting. Because I mean, it's doing none of us any good. We're fighting with people that we used to love, that we spent time with. And I hate that, what has happened has caused people to go different directions. I hate that. But I do believe, you know, when something comes to an end, there's always a new beginning. And I'm grateful for the new beginning that I have, I'm connected back with some great people. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for everyone, honestly. So I don't know. I think I'm going to jump off here and go do the dishes and take my frustration out on them. But thank you guys for coming in, and just let's kind of like make a pact and stop going real life and stop sending out addresses. Let's not add to the fire. Let's try to burn it out, man. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to get off here this time. Thank you guys, and I hope you all have a great day and a good week. I love you all. Bye.